Sean White, the former Alouette, misses the extra point. Second miss for White on converts this year.
Happy birthday, Shay. Mom, Dad, Bo, Becca, love you guys. Thanks for watching.
So a birthday present caps a 10-play, 65-yard touchdown drive for the home team. Touchdown surrendered by the Alouettes in the first quarter this year.
I was going to say good balance too, Chris. They got the running game going with John White, a couple big runs in that, and then that with Bowman down to the 1-yard line, 10 plays, 65 yards. The time of possession right now in this first quarter, Edmonton over 10 minutes. The Montreal Alouettes, not a minute yet, 59 seconds. Got to keep their offense on the field and keep that guy on the bench if they want a chance.
So far off.
Yeah.
Either way, if you're not there, if you walk to be there outside. The only thing is it's not max pro.
We're talking about the Alouette DBs playing off. Maybe some room for them to work on the next drive, but here's Stephen Logan. The Alouettes get a good field position on the veteran Logan's return up close to the 40-yard line. Been an interesting week for Jim Popp and the Alouettes. We'll have more on that from Sarah Orlesky when we return to the Brick Field in Edmonton. It's a tumultuous week for the Alouettes after a loss to BC. With more, here's Sarah.
Well, Chris, a firestorm certainly has been brewing around the Alouettes over these last 24 hours after reports in Montreal media that centered around Jim Popp and comments that he made Sunday during a team meeting that some players took very personally and took offense to. Now, I spoke to veteran defensive back Billy Parker today, who confirmed to me that he approached Popp there in the room in front of all players to get clarification on Popp's comments. And he said he did it in a non-confrontational manner. Popp explained it was not his intent to offend by his comments, something that Parker tells me he believes. He said no one else spoke up during that time, although the opportunity was there for players. And although it is clear that some players are still upset by the comments, I spoke to some today that said they were surprised that it was even made its way into the media, believing that it had been dealt with internally on Sunday.
So a focus now on the performance on the field that might give you the indication of whether or not the team is coming apart a little at the seams.
Yeah, and the sources that I talked to, like Sarah, Jim Popp's message was very simple. After a lopsided loss to the BC Lions, he wanted to make sure that they understood that it's a privilege to play the game, so you better be ready every week.
Pass incomplete, intended for Durant Carter after the Rutley run of 13 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10.
He basically emphasized the fact that you got to come every day ready to prepare yourself to get ready to compete at the highest level. It's a privilege to play. He did bring up a couple in the way that he did it. Crossed the line in the opinion of some of the players. They took offense. Billy Parker tried to fix that, as Sarah mentioned. Let anyone vent if they wanted to, and from the players I talked to, they said it's behind them.
Setting up a screen for Lewis, but pass incomplete, and they'll have to punt away. But the message was that jobs are at stake.
Without question. And if you don't, even if you're a veteran or a high-paid veteran, if you're not preparing like you should be, they'll bring in somebody else, and you may be in the unemployment line.
So Anthony Farah gets set to punt for the first time. Was at both Penn State, where he was an all-Big Ten punter, and then transferred to Texas, an All-American, beaten out by Richie Leone last year in BC, kicking it to Doe, and Denzel Doe's looked a little more dangerous tonight. 46-yard punt for Farah. And the Eskimos get one more possession here in this opening quarter.
Well, let's see what Darius Bowman was saying to Mike Riley. We may see it in this drive if they got something going on the sideline. And there's Bowman's pace, which put him over 2,000 yards. His projection in the 2016 season. Some pretty big numbers. And Darrell Walker, his teammate, also projected over 2,000. One of the guys that have done it.
48. You gotta watch that tackle.
Bowman 43 yards away from entering the Eskimos' top 10 in receiving. A little swing pass to John White. And White with a jerk cut across the 45. So John White being used here a lot after averaging just 12 touches in the last 3 games.
Well, John White in this running game been neglected a little bit in the offense over this 3-game losing streak. That's a little swing pass, extended running play, and White attacking again the heart of the defense. It's not the young DBs that are the problem right now for Montreal.
19, and they'll pitch to White. It's on the ground, trying to get the edge. And runs out close to midfield at the Alouette bench. He averaged 17 touches a game in the first 3, 12 touches on average in the last 3 games. But John White already with 41 rushing yards in this first quarter, plus that 19-yard catch. So 2nd and 5. Riley with time. Flag goes down. Bowman a catch, which would be a first down, but see if this is coming back. Tony Washington arguing his case.
Illegal block, hands to the face. Edmonton number 58. 10-yard penalty. Will repeat 2nd down.
But to no avail.
That time of possession difference for Edmonton already taking its toll. Look at defensive lineman Vaughn Martin right here as he can't even get in his stance in time. Gets it, well, now I got to go, and he just kind of gets up the field 3 or 4 steps. Easy block for the old line. He's gone right to the bench. Time of possession is huge. Over 12 minutes so far for Edmonton.
2nd and 15. Riley steps up. Now throws. Looks for Bowman. Got him. What a connection. Chip Cox thought he had a line on the football, but Riley throws a rope to number 4.
Well blocked up front. Napton in the stunt in the middle. Gets caught in the wash. Mike Riley bounces that pocket. Good concentration at the other end by Darius Bowman, a 34-yarder.
Yeah, didn't have a big play last week on offense against Ottawa. There's one, a 34-yard connection. Off the edge comes Venable. The pass through the hands of first Getzlaff, and then looked like Ramon Taylor caught by surprise.
Yeah. This is the quick release that I'm talking about. When you don't have enough to block, you've got to get the ball out quickly. Mike Riley threw this one so quickly and so hard to Getzlaff. He barely protected himself on that throw.
So 2nd and 10 on what should be the final play of this first quarter. Little slant pattern, and Darrell Walker has another catch. And another Eskimo first down. 11 for Walker, his 4th catch of the quarter. And we're done. The opening quarter here at Commonwealth, and the Eskimos had the ball for almost the entire first quarter of play. Fumble by Walker was costly. Riley a touchdown. 8-0 Eskimos. Strength of the Alouettes is their defense, but they had trouble getting off the field in that first quarter.
Yeah, sense of urgency for the Edmonton Eskimos on this 3-game losing streak, and you can see the time of possession, the big difference there. You saw that shot of Vaughn Martin and how tired he was on the defensive line. It also puts more pressure, Chris, on the offense for the Montreal Alouettes, because they've got to go out there and stay on the field, and they've got to force it to do so.
Just 2 possessions for the Alouettes. The first one starts on their 1-yard line, and just 1 first down for Kevin Glenn and the offense, who have been spectators for most of the football game.
Now for Mike Riley, he's seeing a lot of blitz packages up front and throwing those slant routes to Darrell Walker and Bowman. That'll pull the young DBs closer to them, and it won't be long before they try and double move them.
So we start the second. First down Eskimos at the Alouette 23. And they'll swing it out to Watson. And the Concordia product is out close to another Edmonton first down.
Nice little bubble screen to Corey Watson, who in matchups like this, because he speaks pretty good French, is a go-to guy for our partners at RDS for pregame interviews. Saw him and talked to him yesterday. Wants to break out and have another 100-yard game. Had one earlier in the year.
Yeah, that against Saskatchewan. John White the fake. Riley the roll. Bowman the catch. Should a flag comes down in the end zone with Bowman dropped at the 5.
And Ethan Davis was on coverage on Darrell Walker. The flag was thrown right around his feet. Not sure if it was on Walker or Davis.
But it is against Montreal.
Well, Davis is...
Illegal contact. Montreal number 16. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yep.
So it is Ethan Davis on the corner. First and goal at the 6, and Calvin McCarty will check in. Corey Watson to the sidelines. So McCarty to line up as a tight end. Bowman in motion. Hand off White, nothing doing.
Nice play.
Stacked up and dropped for a loss. Bear Woods on the scene along with Winston Venable.
Yeah, that's more like we've seen of the Montreal defense. Venable flowing to the football quickly. And Kairise Bear was involved in this as well. There's Bear Woods right there. Take a look and take your pick, because they're filling their gaps and catching John White before he can get any momentum going north-south.
So a loss of 1, second and goal. Riley rolling. Riley sizing it up. Anybody open? Yes! Touchdown! Darius Bowman.
How about that? Mike Riley with his receiver. That was sweet, buddy. That was sweet, because it was great work by Darius Bowman to work himself open. He's not open initially on this play fake. Riley gets outside. He's got lots of time. Bowman's covered up on the outside here, and then shakes his coverage to just give Riley a target right at the corner by the cone.
5th touchdown catch of the year for Bowman. And now with 51 catches already on the season. And we've got a challenge flag coming out from Jim Pop.
Well, Bowman was right in the corner at the cone, but touchdowns are reviewed anyway. Scoring plays. I didn't see a push-off live. Jonathan Mincy was the corner in coverage.
Montreal is challenging that there was offensive pass interference on the play. We'll review the play.
Well, did Darius Bowman give Mincy a little push to open up at the end of that? Okay, so there's Bowman where he starts, comes out. Now he's picked up by the corner, Jonathan Mincy outside. Now when he goes up the field and then comes back, puts the brakes on, no shot. No shot, that's a wasted challenge.
The only issue might have been whether he stepped out and came back in the field of play, but that wasn't the challenge anyway.
Well, we can go back and, I mean, you could even go and look at that. I don't think he did.
No, I don't
think
so
he was
either.
close. And maybe Jim Pop was hoping that would be discovered if he challenged the offensive pass interference. But I don't think there was anywhere close to offensive pass interference there. By the way, Challenges, the number of challenges for CFL coaches has not changed, the overall number, but how many challenges have been thrown have gone up 100% this year. And let's take another look just to see if Darius Bowman stepped out on his own and then came back into the field of play. He's very close in that corner.
Their best look, and from that angle it appears he tightrope well enough to stay in play,
and clearly in bounds when he caught the ball.
Watching those replays and watching Cox and Woods, and neither attack the quarterback. Is that surprising?
Shut out the break man!
You get caught when the quarterback is that wide open. You get caught in between. If you go after the quarterback, your man behind you is
review,
open.
we have blocking downfield, Edmonton number 25, prior to the pass. Be a 10-yard penalty, second down.
So they did find something. And the touchdown comes off the board, and Jim Pop has a successful challenge.
Well, and it was a challenge that, you know, again, he goes back to, he must have known that the offensive pass interference was not going to be called, because clearly there was no offensive pass interference, but hoping that something would be discovered.
So called against Mike Miller. Who would have been in on that double tight end scenario. Get back to that, have another look, but it's second and goal from 10 yards further back, and that pass caught by Getzlaff. There is a flag down as Getzlaff took a couple of tries to secure that football.
Well, this one took the touchdown off the board. Right here is Miller on that one knee. He gets up, dives to cut block.
Illegal contact, Montreal. Holding, Edmonton. Those penalties offset. We'll replay the down. Second down.
So those penalties cancel each other out. It'll be a redo at the 17 and second and goal once again. Alouettes defense looking for a stop. Ball in the end zone, incomplete. Nobody in the area, and the field goal team will have to come on.
Leads all active players by a long shot in sacks. Bowman coming off that edge, providing the pressure and going after Mike Riley. Forced him to throw when he didn't want to, and Darrell Walker zigged when he should have zagged.
So a potential turning point in the game. Touchdown off the board, and now Sean White looks for three. After the convert miss, he connects from 25 out, 3 minutes into the second quarter. As the Eskimos offense settles for a field goal and has an 11-point lead. But a stop for the Owls defense led by the veteran, John Bowman. After the GMC Precision Playbook tonight, Milt talks about using the hot route.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mike Riley is doing right now with that blitz package that Noel Thorpe is throwing at him. He's going to those hot routes from Darrell Walker. Darius Bowman getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Getzlaff involved too. Boy, great pro.
That's why I was like, no.
John Bowman will be out fighting every time he rushed that throw.
There's Logan, always dangerous, isn't he? Pushed out of bounds by Donnie Baggs. Now the Alouette offense will head onto the field and try and stay onto the field for a little bit of an extended period of time. Kevin Glenn 0 for 3, looking for his first connection past the 3-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, Chris, over the last 3 games, Deron Walker's had 3, 4, 5 catches by now and be on his way to 100 yards.
Had the ball for only 24 minutes, 37 seconds in their last game. Gonna stretch it out, looking for E.J. Cunningham, and he brings it down over Solomon Means.
B.J. Cunningham in his second year with the Alouettes, and the Michigan State product, nothing fancy about it. All he did was take off and go with a little bit of a running start, and he put Solomon Means in that trail position and in the review mirror, and the objects don't appear closer than they actually are.
Big play, 43 yards.
Well,
now
they needed it.
Rutley up the middle. Short yardage. G.C. Sherritt there.
2012 Miami Dolphin draft pick B.J. Cunningham.
Touchdowns in the last 2 games. And a guy that the Alouettes feel is in the Jamel Richardson, S.J. Green mold.
Well, he left Michigan, their all-time leader in yards and receptions. So yeah, he's capable. Played in the big games.
2nd and 7. Short drop over the middle. And Nick Lewis. What a catch. You don't see the big man stretch out that often, but that's highlight reel material.
Oh yeah, this is a great catch by...
Illegal block, hands to the face. Montreal number 68. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's a shame for the veteran Lewis. But Philip Blake, the left guard, with an illegal block penalty that will negate it.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a lot of these, Chris, this year, these hands to the face penalties on offensive linemen, and really, Chris Schultz will tell you, it's just a technique issue, and to be quite honest, it's just getting lazy, letting the hands get up there and get lazy. Takes a big play by Nick Lewis off the board.
So 2nd and 17, 3-man rush to the wide side, and short hops it to Lewis, who was open but not likely to get first down yardage out of that.
Well, 8th all-time CFL receiving list, and the roommate of Kevin Glenn's on the road. And roommates